He saw his dogs digging the ground, stepping closer. He was shocked. Dogs have great relationships with children and are often protective of them, so it comes as no surprise that they're just as protective of babies, if not more. This is definitely a behavioral trait that needs to be looked at a bit more closely. Think about it like this. Dogs and babies are considered to be among the truly innocent and are still close to God, so a dog will fiercely defend a child. Also, babies and dogs have the ability to see spirits. You are wondering why? Because of their innocence. More likely than not, when you see a baby talking to something you can't see or reaching for something not there, it's something you can't see there. Same with children. Those are not imaginary friends, they're spirits. So listen to your kids when they talk about their imaginary friends and don't discourage the relationship. I know I went left, but you get it. Dogs that are good with children are much gentler with children than with puppies. They know children need to be treated gently, but dogs aren't all born sensible. It's up to us humans to evaluate the particular dog, the specific child, and then supervise appropriately. There are many factors involved. Dog's temperament, the way the dog was raised, as well as the dog's own level of intelligence matters a lot here. There are dumb and there are brilliant ones. Some will immediately understand that that's their new human to protect. Some will not know what's that in their owner's arms. All my dogs are great with my kid, but then she was not a newborn when they came into our family. She's very small compared to them, but then, so do my dogs see that babies do not learn nearly as fast as puppies, and babies scream louder and longer when corrected for perceived offenses. Also, dogs don't quite grasp why they're punished for correcting babies. Dogs get that babies upset big humans immensely when they scream. There's always an air of tension among big humans when dogs are around babies, but dogs aren't sure why. Most dogs try to help, but don't know how. Dogs know that babies poo in diapers, which goes against the dog's natural tendency to clean up around the nest by consuming the fecal matter that emanates from their newborn offspring. Dogs have a tendency to eat used diapers, which is not only disgusting, but the absorbent material in diapers is probably unhealthy for the dog to consume. In other words, dogs know a lot about babies. What dogs don't know about babies? Dogs cannot know that babies have so much value to humans. A single puppy is not nearly as valuable to a dog in terms of expended resources as a single human baby as to its mother. Dogs don't understand that you don't have a litter of puppies. Many dogs are excellent readers of human emotions, and they catch on fast. They can see by our expressions and actions that the baby is important to us, and they'll try to be supportive, defending the baby as they would defend us. Family animal packs have a cohesive family scent that's created by each member, grooming and cuddling every other so that their individual scents combine together. Just by holding the baby, changing the diaper, and doing other basic baby care activities, you and the baby will be exchanging your respective scents enough for a dog to pick up that the baby is yours and thus part of the pack. By licking the baby, they'll be depositing their scent on him or her, and by cuddling with the baby when it's on the floor, they'll be getting the baby scent on them. If the dogs are well socialized and conditioned to view their humans as alphas of the family pack, and you don't change the dog's established routine, then the older dogs will view your baby like your newborn puppy. They'll be careful and patient with the baby. As long as you correct the child when it gets to toddler age and pulls too hard on a tail in similar actions, the dogs won't feel the need to correct that behavior themselves. A three-legged dog in Thailand rescued a baby that had been buried alive by its teenage mother. An attentive dog in Northeastern Thailand is being held as a hero after finding and saving an infant allegedly buried in a field by his teenage mother, police said. On Saturday, 6-year-old Pong sniffed, barked, and dug at the ground in Bannon Kam village in Kam Phuong district, which lies northeast of Bangkok, until he exposed the child's legs, according to The Guardian. His 41-year-old owner, USA Nasaka, told local media he heard barking and a baby crying in a casino plantation. So we went to check. The dog was digging up a dirt pile and the baby's legs emerged, he said. The 5.2-pound infant was pulled to safety and taken to hospital by locals, where it was declared healthy, according to The Independent. The Guardian reports that an unnamed 15-year-old girl confessed to burying her baby because she was scared about telling her father she was pregnant. The girl's meant charged with abandonment and attempted murder, according to the Bangkok Post. Her family reportedly plans to look after the child. Panamat Pudakam, Lieutenant Colonel of Champfeng Police, said the girl is now in the care of a psychologist and her parents because she's in great fear. She regrets what she did and said she acted on impulse without thinking it through. She feared her parents would find out she'd been pregnant. The governor of the area added, "Police officers are preparing to prosecute the mother, but she is also a child and we must consider her mind and be professional. It's important that she is nurtured and treated fairly." Misaka, who has raised Ping Pong from birth, added, "Ping Pong was hit by a car, so he's disabled, but I kept him because he's loyal and obedient and always helps me out when I go into the fields to tend to my cattle." Another brave dog saved a life. The man named General Fuentes Riviera was riding his motorbike on what seemed to be a day like any other through the mountains of Cebu, Philippines. Suddenly, a dog came out of nowhere and started running right after him. The four-legged boy was barking relentlessly, as if he were desperate to tell something to General. Sensing that something wasn't quite right, General stopped his motorbike and followed the dog to see where it led him. The dog took him right to a dump site where a tiny bundle was lying. Turned out this was a newborn baby boy wrapped in a brown towel and left completely abandoned. But thanks to the canine hero, the baby was found in good health and was rushed to the nearest police station. The touching story is quickly spread over social media in the Philippines, and many felt touched by the dog's exceptional bravery. Not all heroes wear capes, and not all of them are humans. The dog, Blackie, has become a hero after he wouldn't stop barking at a passing motorist who stopped and followed him to the dump site. It was there that a newborn baby wrapped in a towel was found completely abandoned. To find out more about the heroic dog in this moving story, Board Panda contacted Gibarta, the administrator of Hope for Strays animal rescue nonprofit in Cebu, Philippines. G told us that the news about the abandoned baby in the southern part of Cebu was circulating all around social media. The local news channel reported that the baby was saved by a stray dog. "I wondered so much why no one had credited and honored such a hero dog," Gary recounted. "Just by chance, we went to Blackie's place with our motorbike, hoping we could find him. He had zero leads on the exact location, and the area was a very remote place. The heroic dog was initially thought to be a stray, but it turned out he had a home. When the Hope for Strays team arrived at said dump site on the mountain, they were surprised to see neither people nor dogs staying there. After a few minutes, a guy on a motorbike passed by and we then asked and showed him Blackie's pictures regarding his whereabouts. Turns out the man was his owner, and we felt so lucky and relieved after hours of travel." I would not forget what Blackie's owner once said, "No matter how hard life is, even though I'm poor, I feed all my dogs and take care of them well." When meeting Blackie's wonderful family, Gay said they realized why he and the other dogs were so sweet and gentle. Hope for Strays helps to promote and advocate adoption of homeless stray animals in Cebu. Often they discover ill-treated, extremely sick, and abandoned animals who have lost hope in this world. The number of stray dogs here in the Philippines has been steadily increasing. Thus, rescue organizations like ours need to find ways to rescue and feed the abused and neglected strays. Despite our very limited resources and audience, Blackie's family still needed help, and the animal rescue Hope for Strays thanked them with groceries for raising such a smart dog. Gay explained that the stray animal problem in the Philippines is so huge that it needs help from people. If people would choose to adopt rather than shop, if pet owners are more responsible and did more spaying and neutering of strays in their pets, then it would make the problem go away. No stray would get hurt, cold, and hungry. If we all chose kindness every day, Gay told us and said that all animals' lives are very precious, just like Blackie dogs and cats can actually save people and bring happiness to our lives. However, for us to be able to save these innocent beings, we must all work together and support small nonprofit organizations like ours in protecting the stray lives. The more audience, the more we spread the word of being kind to every being here on Earth. Jay concluded, "If you wish to help Hope for Strays to help their neglected, ill, and abandoned four-legged souls of Cebu, make sure you visit their Facebook page for more information."